Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining for our North Allegheny Senior High School Orientation Program. We appreciate your time as we share a lot of invaluable information about the upcoming school year. Along with Dr. McEwen and Mr. Buchak, we also have Mrs. Scrabus and Officer Ray joining us to go over a multitude of information in preparation for the 2020-2021 school year. Each one of us will share information regarding attendance policies and procedures, the safety guidelines in place, as well as the ways that you can access resources and supports here at North Allegheny Senior High School. It is our goal to make sure that we are preparing each and every one of our students for success in a changing world. My name is Natasha Durda, and I'm the building principal here at North Allegheny Senior High School. We are extremely excited to get started in this school year, and I'd like to briefly turn things over to our assistant principals for a brief introduction before we get into this evening's orientation program.
Hello and welcome. I am Dr. McEwen. I've been here with the North Allegheny School District this is my 4th year. And I'd like to welcome you to our 2020-21 NASH orientation, and I look forward to the upcoming school year with all of you.
Hello, North Allegheny Senior High School. My name is Matt Buchak, Mr. Buchak. I will be serving as one of your assistant principals this year. We want to welcome you, we want to encourage you, and we're looking forward to September 8th when we get to see all of you back here at school. Enjoy your next couple of days and see you guys soon.
Okay, so the objectives for our orientation program include, again, a variety of information. First and foremost, we want to remind you that each one of your principals, each one of your teachers and staff members are here to help and support you in every way possible. We have some students that are returning as seniors and will be graduates of the class of 2021. We have juniors that are transitioning from NAI, and we also have new students and families to our school district. We want you to always remember that you are part of our North Allegheny family. You are a Tiger, and we are all here to support you, and we look forward to an amazing year. We're going to go over our instructional day, our building floor plan here at NASH, the technology and resources that are available to each and every one of you. Again, we'll review attendance, health and security, the graduation requirements through our school counseling department. We'll go over the expectations because it is our belief that safe schools are schools where each and every student and staff member comes. They see that they're valued, they're heard, they're supported in every way possible. And obviously safety and security is our highest priority here at NASH. We'll do a brief overview of our code of conduct and our student handbook. We'll also dig into that when you return on September 8th in your first period classes and homeroom periods. We'll go over behavior in our lunchrooms, and again, the emphasis on maintaining a safe and secure school and classroom environment is paramount to all of us. We'll also turn things over to School Resource Officer Ray to share some updates with all of you, and then we will encourage you to get involved in our student life. The many activities that we have here, we are very proud of, and we believe that that is what helps us to make us who we are. The instructional day itself, we are a high school building that serves students in grades 11 and 12. Drop-off procedures I'll go over here in a minute. We will have basically 3 different drop-off areas for the 2020-2021 school year. Lockers, each one of our students will receive a locker when students' schedules are released next Tuesday, September 1st. So all students and all families will receive an email with their individual student schedule for the upcoming school year. Your locker assignment and combination will also be given through that communication. We are limiting access to lockers due to COVID guidelines, but also we will be working with each student individually if any needs arise. But students will be accessing lockers when they come in the morning, also during lunch periods, and then they can also access their lockers at the end of the day. Our school day itself runs from 7:23 a.m. until 2:15 p.m., and breakfast will be served upon arrival in the morning in our NASH cafeteria. So going back to our 3 drop-off procedures for the upcoming school year. Any students that ride the bus in the morning will be dropped off in front of the school. So the buses will come out in front of the Nash building and will drop off students in the main office cafeteria area. We are reminding all student drivers and all families that are dropping off students to avoid the front part of the campus just to ensure that our students are safely getting off of the buses. For any families that are dropping off students, we are asking that you pull in the back of the school building towards the baseball and softball fields. You will pull up behind the building of Nash, and students will enter through the athletic entrance. Lastly, for any students that are driving themselves, you will park in the student parking lot and you will enter the building through the athletic entrance. Quick review of our bell schedule for returning students. This is a change from last year. So we are moving from an 11-period day to a 9-period day. Any students that are transitioning from NAI, a very similar bell schedule to what you experienced at NAI. We will run a 9-period day. Each period will consist of 41 minutes. So that's all instructional periods, all lunch periods will be 41 minutes in length. There will be 4 minutes passing time in between each one of the periods, and we will have an 11-minute homeroom period. So as students arrive in the morning, the warning bell will ring at 7:19. Students will report directly to their first period classes in the morning, where attendance will be taken. The floor plan here at Nash, we do have the attendance office, main office, cafeteria, and counseling office, which are all located near the main entrance in the front of Nash. So kind of the visual as you're pulling into the campus where you see the Tiger banner preparing all students for success in a changing world, that is indicating the main entrance and where those 4 parts of our complex are located. The athletic office is located in our southern entrance. It's facing Newman Stadium and the Barrel Center. We have 3 floors with a ground level. That ground level is for our lockers for the pool area and gym area. The first floor is where our elective courses are housed, so our gym, our art, music, tech ed, and our family consumer science courses. And then our second and third floor are our academic wings and all other content areas. With respect to technology and resources, each student will receive a district-issued laptop. That does have our Tiger ID access, as well as access to any and all programs that your teachers, your school counselors, or that your principals would be requesting that you access throughout your time here at Nash. We do highly recommend that families and students purchase the laptop insurance just due to the nature of the things can happen to them. That is a really great protective measure to put into place. There are 4 different technological resources that I'm going to share with all of you. One is the Tyler website. This is the website that you would go to in order to access any updates on your grades, as well as any scheduling questions that you may have. Our district and Nash websites are updated regularly with important information to share. If you have not yet done so, I highly recommend that you visit those 2 websites and get familiar with them. Our Naviance program is used through our school counseling department. It's a comprehensive college and career planning site, and it is individualized to each one of our students. Our school counselors use this resource regularly. We highly encourage all students and families to get acclimated to that system. This system is the system that you will be using when you are applying to colleges and universities. So again, as juniors and seniors, we know that that time is upon you. So many of you are already familiar with our Naviance program, but any questions that you may have, please do not hesitate to reach out to your school counselors or any of our building principals. Lastly, social media. As information is constantly changing, we highly recommend that you check out the district social media accounts, and that information is always updated in a timely manner. You can also follow on Twitter. We have our school counselors on Twitter as well as our building administrators. At this time, I'm going to turn things over to Dr. McEwen, and she will begin to review attendance for the upcoming school year.
Hello. Daily attendance is going to be taken this year in first period. You need to make sure that you are expected to be logged in class every day and be sure that you are in class the entire period. Late arrivals, early dismissals, school absences, make sure that you are checking in with the attendance office. We will have a procedure in place this year for that. Automated phone calls are generally placed by 11 a.m. Excused absences are personal illnesses, medical, funeral, educational trips, college visits, school-sanctioned absences, activities, court-related, and religious holidays. Be sure to turn in all excuses within 3 days. School attendance improvement plans are put in place anytime a school absence is not turned in within 3 days and when you accrue 3 unexcused absences. College visits and family educational trips, you must turn in a school district form within 5 days. School-sanctioned absences include things such as field trips, athletic events, assemblies. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Scarabis.
Good morning. My name is Nikki Scarabis. I am the certified school nurse for North Allegheny Senior High School. So I just want to welcome you. I'm so excited to have you, and I'm just going to go over a few things today. By the way, if you can't see, it says I'm the kind kid. I'm just vertically challenged in case you can't. There you go. So I'm just going to talk a little health and safety with you. First off, you are going to be doing daily, before you even come to school, your parents, your guardians, you're going to be going over your COVID, just the guidelines, just done by families in regards to making sure that you are healthy on your way to school. Now, when you come to school, students and staff both are required to wear a face mask or face covering at all times. Also, you're encouraged to social distance when you can, in the hallways, in the classroom, as well as make sure that you are washing your hands 20 seconds, using hand sanitizer. These are things that we can do as a school community to help one another to be healthy. Now, in regards to the transition between classes, students that are going farther away, teachers will they're going to taper and let about 5 to 10 kids out at a time. When you arrive at your destination, make sure that you are watching, and you are standing outside of the classroom. And I apologize. As per the signage, there will be signs as to where you should stand outside of the classroom. There is going to be modified locker visits and usage. You will be able to go at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day only. Please bring your own water bottles to school. You will not be able to use the water fountains, but we do have an area, we have water fill stations that you will be able to fill your own water bottle. Transportation routes. Now, they are going to be shortened, but you need to remember at the bus stops, you need to make sure you're wearing your mask. You have to make sure that you are social distancing. Make sure when you, let's see. I apologize. Okay, when you enter the bus, you will be going to the back of the bus. You will be seated at the rear, and then it will be each stop, individuals will sit in front of you. Where possible, the seat directly behind the driver is going to be unoccupied. The other front seat will be reserved for students who cannot wear masks due to documented medical, mental health, or disabilities. So wanted to make you aware. Okay, we want to limit the visits to the health office this year. So, number one, if you are sick at home, do not come to school. Stay home. We want you to get better. We want you to be healthy. So when you come back to school, you're able and you're willing and you're ready to learn. There are going to be two entrances for the health office this year. One is going to be for, like, it's the healthy visits. It's like if you have to take a daily medication, feminine hygiene, if you have a headache due to, just not eating enough, sleeping enough, just a little stress, you're going to take medicine and go right back to class. If you need some crackers, if you have an injury, and it is going to be noted outside of the door. Then the other door is for any type of sick visit, and that is, fever, body aches, chills, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. If you're having any shortness of breath, pink eye, cold or flu symptoms, I will assess, and if need be, I will send you home. Just remember that a mask or face covering is required when you're in the health office. Now, if I send you home for a fever, you have to be fever-free for 24 hours, and that is including without medication. So it has to be 24 hours from your last medication dose being fever-free, as well as vomiting and diarrhea. It has to be 24 hours since your last episode of illness. Remember, when you're staying home, that is it's critical to prevention. We don't want to spread those germs and get other people sick. We want to be here, and this is one of the ways we can do it. While you're at school, we want you to be vigilant. Wear your mask, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer. Make sure you are social distancing when you can. What I'm going to say is going to sound odd, and I know that, but only come to the health office if you are truly sick, because we want to decrease the risk of exposure for you, for students, for teachers, to any type of illnesses. So this is not a time when, I just don't feel like going to class. We need you in class. As of right now, you're going to be there 2 days a week. We want you there. We want you learning. And we really want to keep this going so we'll be able to come back. Like I said, I do have the two entrances. They will both be marked for you. And please know I am here for you. Anything I can do, I am so happy to help you. You could stop by the health office if you need to talk, if you have questions. I'm here to help, and I'm just really excited to start the year, and I can't wait to see you. Have a great day.
Nash Student Services. We have our assistant principals, Dr. McEwen and Matt Buchek. You have your school counselors as resources, Mrs. Rosado, Mrs. Belosky, Mrs. Insana, Mr. Thompson, Mrs. Butner. You also have additional supports, Mr. Longo and student assistants, Mrs. Tangowski, our school social worker, Dr. Marshall, our school psychologist, and Officer Ray, our school officer. These are all people that you can reach out to anytime that you need additional support. Here are our graduation requirements for our Nash students. North Allegheny graduation requirements. You do need 4 credits of English, 4 credits of social studies, 3 credits of mathematics, 3 credits of science, 1 credit of STEM, 6.5 credits of electives, 2 credits of health and physical education, and a half credit of wellness for life, for a total of 24 credits. Students also need to show proficiency on the Keystone exams, algebra, bio, and literature. Additional information can be found on the North Allegheny website. A minimum of 7 credits must be scheduled each year. Naviance. Naviance is a web-based resource for students and parents that encourages and supports post-high school, college, and career planning. Your school counselors will be into your classrooms your junior and senior year to share information with you about the Naviance website. Naviance is specific to our school. Logins for students and parents with apps for iPhone and iPad. Access occurs through your Tiger ID. Naviance is customized planning portal for students and families, including self-discovery assessments, goal-setting college resource tools, course planning, career exploration, resources, and individual learning plans. Ultimately, as seniors, you will use Naviance students to send transcripts and letters of recommendations to college and universities. School counselors will continue to share information regarding Naviance through the school year, and you will be able to use resources to investigate college and careers. At this time, I would like to turn it back over to Dr. Durda.
Thank you, Dr. McEwen. At this time, we'd like to take a minute just to review our expectations here at Nash regarding respect. We shared before that safety and security are our highest priority. We want to make sure that every student, every staff member, every visitor that comes to our building and our campus feels respected, feels valued, feels supported in every way possible. So these things include school property with respect to the technology, the devices, laptops that we have, books, supplies, and just our facility in general. We take great pride here at North Allegheny in being an institute of excellence in all areas. So that includes the facilities, the buses, the classrooms. So we just remind you, take pride in the school that you go to and you attend, and make sure that you respect those belongings. The learning, bring your best self, do your best work every single day. We know that this year presents many, many, many unique challenges. Our expectation is that you come to Nash every day with a positive attitude, you're supporting yourself, you're supporting one another, and that you just do your absolute best at all times. Be on time, make sure that you're putting in the preparation and the work that is expected, ask questions, and make sure that you're respectful with the cell phone usage throughout the day. Respect safety. Officer Ray is going to share some of the safety guidelines that we have established here at Nash. Respect yourself. Take pride, again, in who you are. You are very quickly approaching the end of your careers here at North Allegheny. And while we prep for that, these types of skills and who you are as a person is really what's gonna dictate the success that you have in your future. Here at North Allegheny, we also promote the Be the Kind Kid. I don't care if you're in kindergarten, if you're a junior or senior at Nash, if you're a teacher, or if you're a retired professional. Being kind is something that goes a really, really long way, and our expectation is that each one of our students and staff members is representing that Be the Kind Kid initiative that we have. Again, please make sure that you are familiar with all aspects of the Nash Handbook. Last Friday, the student handbook was emailed and shared with all students, all staff, and all families. We will review those important aspects of the handbook as the school year begins. The Code of Conduct and Student Handbook. Again, it outlines specific expectations for each one of our students. It summarizes our school board policies. We also linked in our school board policies to that online version of our student and family handbook. It provides clarity for the procedures that we have, like what is expected when you come to school every day. It promotes a safe school environment for all, and also a healthy environment so that each one of you can learn and be your best self. In the cafeteria, so this year is going to be unique because we will both be eating in the cafeteria and in the auditorium in order to maintain social distancing guidelines that are in place. So students are to eat in their assigned areas, either the cafeteria or the auditorium. You're not permitted to eat outside of those areas. Again, you're not permitted to leave campus. This is a safety issue. Our responsibility is to make sure that we help to keep each one of you safe at all times. So you must stay in the cafeteria or the auditorium during your assigned lunch periods. Again, going back to the respect, make sure that you're throwing your food, your materials away following your lunch periods. And food deliveries will be turned away. So no Grubhub, no Uber Eats delivered to Nash. That is not going to be supported. Again, maintaining a safe environment. This year is unique in many different ways. I know that all of you saw earlier that Dr. McEwen, Mr. Buchak, and myself wearing our facial masks, our face coverings. These are required at all times, besides when you are eating in the cafeteria or in the auditorium. So maintain a safe distance, stay 6 feet apart, make sure that you're wearing a face mask or face covering. No hats and no hoods this year. Also, no smoking, tobacco, vaping products on school district property at any time. Fighting anything of that nature, obviously, if it's not promoting a safe and secure environment, it's not to occur. No weapons on school district property. Again, we're going to review in detail those policies as you come back on September 8th. Nash is a closed campus, so you cannot leave for lunch, come back. You are to, when you arrive in the morning, be on campus for the duration of the day. And also, student searches can occur not only in your belongings on your person, in your lockers, and any vehicles that you may also have on school district property. At this time, I'm going to turn things over to our amazing school resource officer, Officer Ray.
Students, welcome back to Nash. My name's Officer Ray. I'll be your school resource officer for this upcoming year. As far as district transportation, all students are strictly or strongly recommended that they use the district-provided bus transportation to and from school. Driving is a privilege and not a right. For student drivers, parking permits, you can obtain them at the vestibule area from the security department from now into the school year. Our expectations as far as drivers is to place those permits and the rear view mirrors of their vehicle and make sure that they're properly displayed. Our expectations of you is to abide by the laws, while to and from school. Your speed limits are properly posted, especially up in the Wexford Flats. We come across quite a few motor vehicle accidents. Last year we were 26 for the year. The previous year we were 32. We do encounter a number of students making illegal turns in the roadway and illegal left-hand turns at the southern entrance while coming into the school. Last year there were 16 students that were cited for this particular offense. As far as the parent guardian drop-off points, we only have one drop-off point. It's to the rear of the building. It's the southern west area of our building. So make sure you're in compliance there as far as the student drop-off points. Prohibited areas, such as phys ed rooms, phys ed hallways, stairwells, student parking lots, locker areas, and visiting nurse without a pass is not permitted. In addition to that, the previous year we had 16 thefts, most of which occurred in our locker areas and as far as phys ed goes. So keep that in mind and make sure you bring locks to school to secure your valuables.
Again, we shared earlier the many student activities that we have here at North Allegheny Senior High School. We highly encourage your involvement. Find something that you're passionate about. If it's the musical, if it's athletics, if it's a club or activity that you're passionate about. So much research shows that students that are involved and engaged in the school learning environment are highly successful. So with the many different activities that we have, we cannot encourage you enough to get involved. If there is an activity or a club that is not currently listed or offered here at Nash, please reach out to either myself, one of your school counselors, Dr. McEwen, or Mr. Buchak, and we will find a way to make those kind of hopes and passions come to life. We offer many sports, interscholastic sports through the WPIAL. Our arts program is absolutely phenomenal, as well as our music program. We talked about the clubs and activities. When you transition back here on September 8th, we will be sharing a comprehensive list of our clubs and activities, just to see for any students that are new or that would like to get involved in one of those clubs or activities. So that will be shared with you when you return in September. And dances and social events, while right now we know that we cannot bring together large groups of people, we are hoping that as we continue to safely follow the safety guidelines, that those guidelines will be lifted. And our hope is that we will sooner rather than later be able to reconvene in those larger groups and social activity events. It is an absolute honor to be your building principal, along with the rest of our administrative team, Dr. McEwen, Mr. Buchak, and myself. We are looking forward to an exciting and an amazing 2020-2021 school year. We deeply believe now more than ever, we need to come together as a school community. We're very, very excited to see you all on September 8th, and please do not hesitate to reach out with any questions, comments, concerns that you may have as we move forward. Thank you, and have a beautiful night.